You are watching Conscious Evolution with Wes Heffernan.
So what is a story really about? I mean, you have a beginning, you have an end, you have all the chapters in between. And so, our journey across America is going to be a process. It's not defined at this point in time. It's going to be a process of moving through space, moving through time. It's going to be looking for ways to put this puzzle together. It's going to be looking for ways to build this stage in order to tell a story that all of you can in some way relate to. Right now it seems when you look out, wherever you're looking out into, it's just division. It's multiple different ways, different beliefs that seem to not line up. Whether you're out in the East, and I don't mean Eastern United States, I mean if like Asia or some of these older belief systems like Buddhism or even in the West, we have multiple tiers of belief systems. You have Judaism, you have Catholicism, you have Christianity, you have Islam, and even those are broken down into all these little segments and pieces, and it just gets so overwhelming to try to find the connection point between some of these things that seem to be at odds with each other and seem to want to butt heads. But I really think that if we begin to all tell our own stories, right? And whatever that may mean for you or whoever else is watching this. We all have our own story. We all are a piece of a much larger puzzle, a much bigger stage. And I think it's time that we begin to really look at understanding how each of our unique personalities and unique perspectives are the pixels in the frame, in the show, in the story that bring it to life, that give it the details, that make it something real, right? That give it depth, that make it three-dimensional. All these types of concepts are running through my head and are things that, with the intent and purpose that I'm going to be looking for and trying to understand not only for myself, as I grow and evolve, but also to help bring to life the process for all of you and whatever that may mean for you, right? Like my story's my story, your story's your story. You have a story as well. We all have stories, and it's time to begin telling those. But we should tell those in a way that allows room for each of our own unique stories to exist. For example, having been born in 1976, right? Like, I remember the Atari 2600. I remember playing football or tennis on the 2600, and it was just squares, right? A square ball, and a person was made up of like 6 squares running down, and you could throw the ball as far as you could, across from end zone to end zone. And there was very little depth to the game. It was fantastic at the time, because at the time it was new. But there was very little detail, very little color, very little anything, other than watching these extremely large pixels move across the screen. And so as we evolved in the video game realm, we began taking those boxes and making them smaller and smaller. And so this one box becomes 100, and those 100 boxes each then become their own 100. And now we end up where the detail and the videos that we can do is even almost more realistic than reality itself, right? We're moving into VR, and we're moving into all these different really interesting things that we can do. Deep fake videos. We can put puffy coats on the Pope, right? Like we can do all kinds of stuff now and make it as real as we want to. And so that evolutionary process is similar to what I'm going to be speaking of in relation to telling a story, whether it's my story or whether it's my part of the larger story. And what I hope that this channel and the Rockmond universe as a whole is able to do is to bring to life that process, whether you relate more to religious and spiritual beliefs, or whether you relate more to science and math, or whether it's about building something, or whether it's about experiencing something, right? There's an opportunity within this universe, the Rockmond universe, for each one of those ways to have meaning for each of you, and whatever that may mean for each of you and all of you. So sit back, let's see what happens. Journey Across America is coming up. Remember to hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss any of it. You're also going to want to look on the channel page, whether you're going into the Conscious Evolution, Family Stones, or Traveling Builders. If you look on their channel, the Rockmond universe exists right there with access to all three of those parts of the universe. Be sure you go check them all out. Family Stones, it's been a little while since I've really done any of our work on that channel, but I have what I call season 1 finished, some fast-paced, skipping a rock across the water just to keep the idea the same here of the work that we do. And I have on Traveling Builders some of the things that we've done in the past. Again, it's been a while since I've really released any videos on that one, but that's about to change. We're about to really expand the entire universe, right? Conscious evolution, the expansion of the universe, all fits together. One story, one idea, one concept broken into many.
Thanks for watching. Join us next time on Conscious Evolution. Don't forget to subscribe.